Summer, long days, warm evenings, sunshine, no school. The sound of sprinklers in the distance. Water. And water accompanied by lots of laughter. So what will you be remembering this fall when you're asked what you did last summer? Let's play today on Hometown. I was rich, if not in money, in sunny hours and summer days. Thoreau has such an elegant way of reminding us what is important. Sometimes we forget what it's like to be a kid in summer. It feels like freedom and adventure is around every corner. And in this valley, it's no different. We often get distracted by the things of adult life, work responsibilities, and even altruistic things like church and volunteering. And in that process, I find myself forgetting how rich we are. So today we're going to take a minute and remember what it's like to be a kid. The joy of splashing around in pools and going on adventures with friends. Let's start at the Y, a family supporting organization that puts the yippee into summer. And we'll also visit Memorial Pool, where generations have learned to swim and love the water. Two beloved icons of summer, essential ingredients in the remarkable story of us.
Karen Hadeen, thank you so much for having Hometown here. And where are we?
We are at the Walla Walla YMCA, the Young Men's Christian Association, but they changed that name back in the 60s. The National Y felt to be inclusive, we should be just called the Y.
The Y.
So that's who we are.
Wonderful. And this YMCA, the organization, it started how many years ago?
138 years this year. So 1886 we started in Walla Walla, right downtown. We had a little reading room up above on Main Street. And then we moved to Spokane Street where the first Y was. There you'll still see the building pictures on the side with the swimmer. And then we moved here in 1975. This was, you'll see as we take a tour hopefully later. The 1906 high school gym is here. The original Wahai gym still stays today in good shape. And then the community college moved in for a few years. And then the Y bought it in 1975 and did some pretty substantial construction and added 2 more gyms, child care spaces, exercise rooms, racquetball sports, just kept expanding out. So we're sitting now in a 73,000 square foot facility on about 3 acres.
Wow. And yeah, just as you said all that, I'm going, well, that's fun. That would be fun. And childcare as well.
Yep.
And all of that. For so many people who might be listening, they might go, wow, I just thought they had a pool.
Right. That's right. A gym and a swim.
Yeah.
And we're so much more than that. I think while we have those wonderful things, and I think that really differentiates us from certain just gyms or wonderful gyms in the community, I think the Y is much more about community overall. Yeah. So come in and have one of the 30 unique exercise classes. And I always say to people, if you walk into class and you think, oh no, I have no rhythm, I can't do Zumba, walk out. No, there's no judgment, nobody cares. We want you to enjoy it. We want you to make friends and connect. We want you to be healthy and live your best life. And we're here to help, whatever that means for you in your journey.
So you've been here how long, Karen?
6 years.
6 years.
Yes,
and what is your background?
My background is in biotechnology. I was very fortunate to come out of Walla Walla, go to the University of Washington, went on for my master's, landed flat on my feet in an industry that was exploding in America called biotech, which was developing new drugs, developing new devices, new diagnostics. And I was really fortunate that the last 12 years of my career in industry were with an infectious disease business.
Wow.
And came to the Y in 2019 just as COVID was hitting. So really was aware of what was going on, could see it, could hear it in the community, could hear the coughing and the cold, and said, this
the
is
irony of all of that.
Isn't that ironic
Yes.
that here somebody just comes back again and look at the Y, and here they are. So we were prepared for it. We really became, at that point in community, we were the outreach. We understood what to do, how to clean and prevent disease spread. We worked a lot with the governor's office at the time to make sure that people could be in organizations like the Ys and still maintain their physical as well as their mental health.
Right.
That became so important during COVID. We opened up the Y for childcare. Schools were closed, but childcare was open during COVID. So we never had a break. We were there and open. We also started doing a lot of blood drives, and we still to this day give back to our community through blood drives. And the American Red Cross has honored us as a premier blood drive organizer because we've made such a commitment to making sure there's enough blood in our community and in our nation. So.
Well, and it just as you're talking, it just expands and expands and expands of what you do
That's
here.
so true.
And then you also partner with Providence.
Probably 40 different organizations we partnered with last year across the valley. So we have a culture of yes at the Y. And people will say, can you help us with this? One of my favorite nonprofits of all of them, there's 190, is a group that helps seasonal workers in the vineyards. And they asked if we could do a CPR class. And we said, yes, we will. We'll do it at no cost. And we did it bilingually. We have staff here who speak both languages, multiple languages actually. And so those are the types of programs where we go out. We help women who want to work on nutrition, but are busy working women, and how do we help them appreciate and enjoy their culture, especially if it's a rich cultural diet, but also be mindful of their lifestyle and how can they help their children live a better life. So we just do everything that we can to help this community. We work with a lot of the groups that have people in recovery, where this is sometimes one of their first steps that they take as you're going through whatever challenge of your life it is, whether it's pre or post surgery or some other recovery system. The Y's here to welcome you and to make you feel comfortable.
Well, and that's fantastic. And talk with me about age range of
Yes.
members here.
Yeah. The youngest was probably 6 weeks. We start them young in a parent swimming class, and the kids love it. And our oldest members are in their 90s. We had a wonderful woman who turned 100 during COVID.
Wow.
And so that was our landmark. But
Wow.
yeah.
And what about the person who's listening? Maybe they've moved to the community, or maybe their child or a doctor has said, you know what, you need to go take that balance class at the Y.
Yeah.
What would you say to that person?
Say, come on in and just check it out. We will give you tours. We'll often bring you in as a guest for a week or so. Come and learn about us. In many cases, your insurance may pay your Y membership. We also have a program called Membership for All. So the Y is affordable to everyone. We have a saying at the Y, no child is ever turned away from the Y for economic reasons. Let's get these kids in. And that's why we reach out to our donors and community members to say, help the Y do what it does, which is support kids. Youth development is one of our core values. Health and wellness is our second, and then social responsibility.
Well, I'm excited to
Yeah.
see more here at the Y.
I'd
And
love
could
to
you
give you a
take us on
tour. I would love to give you a tour.
Thank you.
We'll walk around and see something. Now off to the right here is our aquatics department. We have 6 lanes. It's a 25-meter main pool. And then off to the left, we also have 2 warm therapy pools. So a couple days during the week time, we have free vet swim for veterans and their spouses. We want them to come in and use those warm pools for therapy. If you're pre or post surgical recovery, again, those warm pools are great on hips, knees, and shoulders.
Having had knees work done, that's a beautiful thing.
As with any facility here at the Y, there's always classes going. So in the morning, there are a lot of exercise classes in the pool, water aerobics that are, again, as much social as they are physical.
Absolutely.
It's a good time. We don't care if you're not an Olympic swimmer. Come in and just have a good time. So this, back in 1906, was the locker room. Can you believe it?
For the high school.
For the high school.
Down
here.
underneath.
And so we've taken it and converted it into a youth drop-in space called the Action Zone. And it's for kids ages 6 to 12. They can do rock climbing. They can do like a large active TV.
Then the ping pong and
Ping
table
pong,
tennis.
foosball. It's a noisy space, but the kids love it. we have classes that really are geared towards people of different ages and different
Yes.
abilities.
Sure.
And again, I always like to say, walk in. If you like it, stay. If you don't, walk out. We want you to come and see what you like. Try it, see if it's the best thing for you.
So what's this ripped? What's
So
that?
ripped is ripped. It's a very active workout. You're working with weights. You're doing a lot of moving. Sort of like PIO, which is sort of a Pilates and yoga combined.
Combination.
Heavy
Okay.
hits, another really active one.
Okay, so here
but
we
you can
have
see at the same time
Zumba.
we're doing like TRX, which is a great class where you're working on ropes and you're doing some balancing. That the ropes are attached to the wall. We don't want you to fall. All of our staff are trained in first aid CPR. Our young lifeguards are some of the best first responders in the Valley. So we're very mindful of the health and wellness of everyone here while they're at the Y. But we're also here if there is an injury because you've had hip surgery or something of that sort, that we can help with that as well.
And then I'm noticing over here, so let's talk about this.
Summer,
Summer. So we have sports and youth camps. So great
gosh.
opportunities for
Yeah.
parents who
Yeah.
are like, I want my kid to do something instead of
Yeah.
just being on their phone all
That's
summer
right.
long. So what are some of the
So
classes?
College Place, we're running a full summer camp for 6 weeks. 21st Century at the school district will run at Davis in the mornings, and then we'll be at Kiwanis Park in the afternoons. So we're enrolling right now for that. That's got about 50 openings a week for that
And
camp.
website for people?
It's just go to the YMCA. If you just Google the YMCA, it'll pop it right up for you.
YMCA dot.
Just you don't even need that. You can just put the YMCA and it'll pop it
show
right up.
Okay,
Yep.
so
Yep.
I'm seeing all
So
sorts of, there's
camps,
art
we have
camp,
camps, we have-
multiple,
yes, yeah.
tennis, okay, volleyball,
Sports
soccer.
camps.
Okay.
These are our camps for like the action zone and our sports teams. And then the child care programs run their camps in Athena, Milton Freewater, Walla Walla, and College Place. And those are very STEM oriented, so we're doing a lot of science, technology, engineering, and math and art. We're trying to do programs that really engage the kids in learning as well as having fun. And this is our yurt. So I have to always point out the yurt. This is my favorite.
Tell me about the yurt.
So the yurt is an outdoor nature-based preschool program. This is the home base, but nature is the classroom. I always want to emphasize that. So my favorite part of the whole yurt actually is the desk outside here, where the kids can sit at the rock on their wood
hilarious.
chairs. So throughout the day, usually we've got a lot of kids out in this playfield. Throughout the summer, most of our activities are out here in the playfield. We go on field trips. We'll go into different pools. I didn't mention, one of the things that the Y also does very well, we train not only young staff in programs like in childcare, in the action zone, in youth sports, we also train lifeguards for the Valley. So for years now, we've run numerous community pools. This summer we'll be at Prescott, and we're helping to do some lifeguard training for the Athena. So we're really excited about that. Next week we're going to start and provide about 40 high school kids in Milton Freewater a first aid CPR course. And a lot of this the Y does because that's our mission.
Yes.
Youth development, anything we can do to help kids
I love
develop
it.
and meet their full potential.
I love it.
It isn't always about sports. More and more kids don't necessarily focus on sports as their future. So we're just as much about what interests you. Is it science? Is it engineering? We have programs for all of that to keep kids deeply engaged.
But it's also having the opportunity to learn more and go, oh, I didn't know
That's
about
right.
that. That might not be my interest, but I do
That's
like
right.
that.
And in sports especially, I always get the giggles because we have lovely parents who are very engaged with their children's lives. And there are parents who love their child to be the champion sports player.
Yeah.
And we have kids that we just want to have the chance to play.
They just
get
want to
off the
play. They
bench.
want to play
Yeah.
in the mud kitchen.
Yeah.
Well, Karen, you have given us a fantastic tour, and there are all sorts of classes that people can look into, personal training. I grabbed some of these in your lobby. And we just want to say thank you so much for
Absolutely.
everything that you've shared with us at Hometown. And the website, again, just Google
If you just Google YMCA Walla Walla,
and
you'll
it'll
find us.
show up.
That's
and
easiest.
people can come in and
Come in anytime, 4:30 to 9 on Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 6 on Saturday. Sundays we give the staff a little break, 10 to 2. But come in anytime. Drop in, email any of us. You can go to info@Walla Walla YMCA. Come and ask us questions. There's no bad question. We want you to come and learn who we are and just enjoy your time here.
Well,
and by the way, if you're in Milton Freewater, stop by our childcare there as well.
Oh, awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. Well, thanks so much for
Thank
being on
you.
Hometown and doing all that you do to make Walla Walla great.
Well, thank you. We love hometown.
Kiwan Smith,
Yes,
it's really great to have you today. Tell me what your title is.
recreation coordinator.
Awesome. So you work for the city of Walla Walla, and you coordinate Memorial Pool here in Walla Walla,
Yes.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
My granddaughter loves it. Tell us a little bit about your summer programs that are coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a bunch of summer programs that are coming to the Walla Walla, and we have the biggest thing that we have is the swim school. And so the city of Walla Walla feels that swimming is an essential part of life. And so we have a pretty good deal for swimming for swimming instructors. If you look at different places, you see that swimming is about $200 for a couple of weeks, and so we charge between $30 and $40 for just a couple of weeks of swimming. And so that's the biggest thing that we have, and as well as creating jobs for about 120 employees that we have for the summer. And so we have between lifeguards, swim instructors, all of the whole crew, concessions and everything. And so it's pretty cool. We have, I think, intro to diving coming this year as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we have a high school coach who's teaching diving for the public, as well as scuba diving as well. That's one of the bigger things that we got going on. We have a pretty depth pool.
The whole gamut
Yeah,
of,
it's a lot.
swimming,
It's a lot.
sports,
Yeah.
and water sports,
Yeah.
really, What is the importance of teaching kids from a really young age about water safety, being around water, not panicking in the water, those kinds of things? What does that entail?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just being comfortable in the water, comfortable near water. I think a lot of kids see water and they think it's fun and they jump in, and then there's this immediate rush of panic. I've been there plenty of times. A little bit older, unfortunately, but I think it's just really important just to get kids out there in the water and make sure like they feel comfortable and they want to swim. And it's also a good exercise as well. And so just starting even that young, just allowing the kids to just feel comfortable. And I see a lot of kids who just swim like off, and they've been swimming since they were babies. And a lot of even our lifeguards we have who are swimming since they were kids, who are I'm interviewing now, and they say like, well, yeah, I swam here since I was young, and that was only like 10 years ago, which is crazy. but it's just so for them to be able to do that
And to be able to increase their skills,
Yeah,
even
absolutely.
as lifeguards and all of that. That's amazing.
Absolutely.
Teachers. That's really cool. Are these like high school, college age kids?
Yeah. So we started from 15 up, and it kind of just goes up from there. But yeah, definitely our biggest group of employees are coming from high school and college. And
So tell me a little bit about Memorial Pool. So I've lived here my whole life. I've been there, but for a long time it was closed, and then it got remodeled. Tell me a little bit about what's there now.
Yeah. So I believe from what I was told, it's been about 3 renditions for that pool, and I know they closed in the early 2000s, like kind of late 10s, and then we reopened in about 2015. They started working to get funding to open the pool, and so technically it's not really like a new pool, it's kind of a rebuild on the pool. So we still have some of the original foundations that are at the pool, and then from there we kind of just started adding on these different things that we want there, and so we have this big pool plus slides in a splash pad. And so it's just kind of a family fun house for the pool. And so it took a lot of time from me, like even like reading, looking at the plans to actually get this together. And the community were very involved in getting the pool. And so it's really amazing what we have right now.
Yeah. And it's really special that it goes generation after generation. And then so you're from Chicago.
Yeah.
And you came here to go to college. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I went to Whitman College and got my degree in philosophy and film media studies, and with an art minor because I wanted to be a little ambitious. And so that was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so then you got to move on to this and do something that with the community, which I think is really cool. A little secret about this place, it will hook you in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of gets under your skin a little bit.
Yeah.
So we're really great. it's really great you're here. And what I love is that you're bringing fresh eyes to this program. So you're contributing new things and new excitement for the program, which is really special.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So for those of us who have been here forever, to see that and see it growing and new youth and excitement about it is really cool.
Yeah, the community loves it. It's really nice.
Yeah, it is. We do.
We
do.
For sure.
So as you're looking forward, what kinds of things are you hoping will happen for the memorial pool in the future?
I think for me, just to get more, I think to have more community involvement with the pool. I think we are working, hopefully, eventually to get something going with the Walla Swim Club and having actual like meets there at the pool and somehow getting the community involved within that, because I think it's really cool to see. Even for we have like our starfish program, we have our sea monkeys program, which allows we teach kids how to swim, and of course, from swimming to actually competing in swimming. And so just to see, have a meet where it's, the swim club who's going all around winning state championships and almost national championships.
Yeah, that would be, that would be, last year in the Olympics, we had that runner from College Place that placed so well. I'm like, we need more of that.
Yes. And I think swimming, I think that's definitely where we would see that. And I see a lot of kids who just see the older kids who are in high school just swimming, and they're like about 5 or 6 years old, and they're really excited to see how fast they swim. So I think that's something that we're definitely excited about, and getting more, building a relationship with the community and getting more involvement there.
So what about for us old people? Can we come swim in the memorial pool?
Absolutely.
Okay, so when are your community swim hours?
So community swim hours are from, the biggest thing is from 12 to 6.
Okay.
12 to 6:30 we have open swim. We also technically open at 5 in the morning. Unfortunate for me.
I'm sorry about that.
No, but we have lap swim happening from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. To 8:30ish a.m. And so we have lap swim happening. We also have water walking happening, which a lot of the older crowd really loves.
That's my speed.
I definitely got a call about that, and so to make sure it was happening. So we have water walking, we have lap swim that is available there early in the mornings for those who want to wake up that early. And then if we have of course, open swim from 12 to 6:30.
That is awesome. Thank you so much for everything you're doing for the community.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being part of this community, and we love the pool.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we are headed into the Grand Canyon for a 2-night stay. We're gonna do rim to rim to rim. It's gonna be fun. First day is only 15 miles, so it's a pretty casual day. Up above, it is like between 28 and 30 degrees right now. And down in the canyon, it's like high 50s. So that tells you the temperature difference between in the canyon and outside of the canyon. Yes, we're gonna take you along with us. If you wanna see, stick around. We made it to Phantom Ranch in 2.5 hours. We are continuing from here another 7 miles to where we're camping. Well, we knew it was supposed to rain, so it's not like a surprise or anything. It rained off and on all night, and even some in the morning, but it stopped. Things are getting a little better, and we're headed to the North Rim. We'll take snow over rain, to be honest with you, because if it rains, we're gonna get a whole lot more wet. And with the snow, we can just layer. Woohoo! We made the North Rim. Snacks are 10 out of 10. We're going to eat a quick snack and head back down. Levels 1 to 10, 10 being awesome sauce. What are we dealing with?
8 or 9.
8 or 9, yeah, that's pretty good. It's been an awesome day. Seeing the canyon with the snow has been a crazy experience. We've made it back to Phantom Ranch. Now, shortly we're gonna be climbing out to the South Rim. We're out of the Grand Canyon. Our plan is to take a rest day, and then we are going to run rim to rim to rim on Sunday. All right, we started rim to rim to rim, and that's Lexi in front of me. We're off to the races, rim to rim to rim. Our goal was to start at 4. We successfully did it. It's now 6 a.m. and we made it to Phantom Ranch, and then we're headed up the trail for some light gains before we get to North Rim. Now it's just all climbing up to the North Rim, so no more running for us. Over 18 miles into our rim to rim to rim, headed up to the north side. We're all feeling pretty great. but a lot of walking on the gains. And here we are, North Rim. Nice job, everyone. Okay, we've reached North Rim in about 7 hours. We've taken a 20-minute break or so. Now we're headed back down to head back to South Rim. Climbing North Rim was a challenge, and South Rim is going to be very much the same. But for now, we just have a ton of downhill, and thankfully our legs are very strong. So we're like 23 miles in, and we've got 23 to go. The last few miles have been tough.
They're resting down the trail, I'm resting here. Got a few snacks left.
We started in the dark, and we're probably gonna finish in the dark.
It's been a hard day. 42:28, 15 hours, 10 minutes so far.
I honestly expected it to be more difficult, if that makes any sense. It's been a good time.
Still standing, so bonus.
Today is the perfect moment to count blessings, and summer's the perfect time to slow down, take a breather, and enjoy family and friends. Most of all, summer is about making memories that will help carry you through the dark days of winter. Splash a little, play a little, get outside and soak up a little vitamin D. He made it for us. As Jeremiah reminds us, I have satiated the weary soul, and I have replenished every sorrowful soul. It's time for me to go recharge and laugh a little with these kids here at Washington Park. And I'll be back in time to see you on the next episode of Hometown.